No sales, no surveys, no saviours. Thanks very much. Ah, that's you. Sorry you're early. Come on in. Hi, I am Mick's Reaction, but you can call me Mick. And yes, this is the place in the film clip where I did a lot of this. I'm lucky enough to live on the beautiful central coast of New South Wales in Australia. We're about an hour's drive north of Sydney. 5 minutes in one direction will take me to Tuggerah Lakes, which is beautiful. 5 minutes drive in another direction will take me to one of several beaches on the central coast, a few of which are dog friendly, which is great for us because we have an Australian cattle dog. So about 6 months ago I was sitting here in another COVID lockdown, so that's 2021, and I thought, I've got so much music that I've written. If I don't actually release any of it, then I probably never will. I'm 57 and going to be 58 this year. So I thought, well, I discovered actually a guy I knew from years ago who is 8 years older than me, had been recording music and releasing it for 40 odd years, and so he's what, 65, something like that now, and he just released a new album I found online, and I thought, wow, okay, he's really popular, his songs are really good, so why don't I give it a go? And so I did. Luckily I found, just doing a Google search online, that there was a studio which ended up being about 10 minutes walk away from here. I live on the central coast of New South Wales in Australia, and there aren't that many around here, so it was fantastic. Turns out that Simon Dobson, who owns Lake House Audio, the studio I went to, is a tremendous guy who is so happy to help you with your music, to offer up ideas and solutions to different things. The songs came out so much better than I ever thought they would. That's just a credit to what a good producer Simon is. So I'm really happy that I found him. Now this may look like it's just my house, but it is really the scene of my latest film clip, Sanks Very Much, and you're more than welcome to come in and see. Before we do though, I'd just like to introduce you properly to my mate Eric here. Just a sec. Hey Eric, how you going? Very good, thanks. He likes to pretend that he's a vicious drop bear, but in actual fact he's just a mate of mine. So the first song I brought out was a song called Incredible to Me Now. I wrote that back in the 90s, and it's a song of lost love and regret. That came out in August of 2021, and I was hoping that I'd get a few people who didn't know me and didn't want anything from me to say, hey, that's a really good song. That was really my only goal. My only real goal was to release the music in the first place. So having done that, I actually got a couple of people who said that it was a good song, and I thought, and that was a really big buzz. It that made me feel really good. And then the song started doing quite well. It popped up on playlists on Spotify. It also got onto radio, local stations around Australia started playing it. It got picked up by a station in France, in Germany, South Africa. I was just going, what's going on? I was just blown away by how well it went. And so when the next song came out, I had more and more contacts, and it was a bit of an easier road to get it out there, and already had places that I could talk to people and get it to play. So that made it a bit easier. The second song is called World of Thirds, hence the t-shirt. It's a rock protest song. Basically, it's talking about how people describe there being third world countries, and in Australia, I'm lucky we're considered a first world country. And why is that still the case? Why is there still third world countries? And so I talk about in that song how I believe that politicians and religious leaders should be doing more to help out, and corrupt governments in places where there are third world countries. Now, I'm not the person to come with that solution. I'm a musician, but there's got to be a way to fix this. It's 2022 now. We should be able to have no one living in hunger and no wars. It just shouldn't happen anymore. So that's the song. I get a bit emotional about. I don't know if you can tell from the singing, but this is the world, and this is actually a peace sign which has had a piece ripped out of it and makes the world three pieces. I don't know if that's obvious to people or not, but I just wanted to make sure it was. On a lighter note, my third song, Sanks Very Much, is a comedy song. Three quite different types of genre that I play. I like all sorts of genres, so I play all types of them. I've for years have wanted to get a sign to put on this house saying, no sales, no surveys, no saviours, thanks very much. But my lovely lady doesn't think that's such a good idea for some reason. So I've just had this rolling around in my head for a while, and it didn't actually gel until I'd recorded the first two songs, and then I wrote this one afternoon and made a few modifications over the next few weeks, and out comes a song, and it's going really well. People like it. When you say it's a comedy song to people, you kind of get weird looks. People go, oh yeah, you're a funny man, are you? Yeah, righto. But no, it's going really well, so I'm wrapped. So this is where the magic happens. Sorry, if I'd known you were coming, I would have tidied it up a bit, but it was a bit of a surprise. So this is a garden shed, a studio, a brewery, memorabilia hutch, man cave, and all-round utility room. And it's where I basically practice and play just for myself. There's my old jazz chorus. That's probably worth something, except it's seen better days. There's my keyboard cheating stick, because I'm not very good on keyboard. And here's some music I've collected over the years. In fact, because I'm 57, there's that book, there's that book, there's those books, and there's boxes of stuff with music in it all around the place. Yes, so this is where it all happens. What does music mean to me? I suppose a lot of musicians would say it means everything to them, and I can understand that, because it means a lot to me too. It's very hard to explain. I heard a quote by Louis Armstrong when he was asked to explain the blues, and he said, if you have to have the blues explained to you, then you'll never understand it. And I guess that's the same for musicians and music, and a lot of people who aren't musicians as well. It makes you feel good. Even the saddest of sad songs will make you feel good. Why? It's just, I can't explain it to you. I've been accused by my partner Yvonne of thinking everything is a musical instrument, and I think everything is a musical instrument. The whole world vibrates at different levels. Everything's a musical instrument. To me, everything is a musical instrument. Even this camera. There you have it. I joined Naz with my usual healthy sense of skepticism. A lot of people call it cynicism, but having been in the music industry for a little while, you get to find that there's a lot of scams out there, people who say they're going to do stuff for you and they don't come through. But I thought I'd give Naz a try, and as it turns out, they didn't want anything from me. It's fantastic. It's a wonderful group of people. They're so supportive. Everybody I have spoken to there, from Ed on down, is so wonderful. They do so much. They go out of their way to help me, and everyone else there. I have been there for only about 6 months, but I'm not going anywhere because there's just such a wonderful group of people. And guess what? They never asked me for money. They never asked me to do more than I'm willing to do. It's wonderful. I'm so glad I'm with it. Thank you guys and girls and our non-binary friends. Thought I'd try my new song and just kind of riff it as I go. If it comes out no good, you'll never hear this. So we'll see what it sounds like. Sleeping in last Friday, my audio. Salesman came creeping, wouldn't you know? He was ringing the doorbell, and then a pounding a knock. Well, it scared me awake. Set it all off. I said, oh fuck. The dog went nuts. The baby woke up. I'll have his guts. I said no sales, no surveys, no saviors. Thanks very much. Saturday afternoon, watching the game. A clipboard man arrived. To the door he came, ringing the doorbell. Then a pounding knock scared me awake. Set it all off. I said, oh fuck. The dog went nuts. The baby woke up. I'll have his guts. I said, no sales, no surveys, no save yours. Thanks very much. Sunday morning, had a bit too much. The god botherers coming round, finding an easy touch. They were ringing the doorbell, oh dear. Then a pounding and knock, a Fred stir. Then I awakened and set it all off. I said, oh fuck. The dog went nuts. The baby woke up. I'll have his guts. I said, no sales, no surveys, no saviors. Thanks very much. I think I forgot to invite them in for tea. I said, why don't you come in and have a cuppa? No, I'll just whack the kettle on, mate. Come on in. Bullshit. I said, oh, fuck. The dog went nuts. The baby woke up. I'll have his guts. I said, no sales, no surveys, no saviors. Thanks very much. Oh, thanks very much. I said, thanks very much. Thanks very much. Thanks very much.